Greetings and salutations. This is Rhino Barrow's Nerdsville. In this video, we are doing a special Mothers of Fiction, or Mothers in Fictitious States. Since over here in Australia, well, it is going to be Mother's Day within, well, just under 2 hours, or wherever you are in Australia after 2014 Mother's Day. But I'm just talking about here in Sydney. It is about 1 hour and 18 minutes to go. So 10:42 p.m. For me, growing up throughout the years, sitting down, watching television, you see a lot of great characters. You see a great amount of figures that you at times do connect with. For one, from the hit TV show Family Matters, Harriet Winslow. She had to put up with the overly sexualized nerdiness of a very young Steve Urkel, trying to keep him sedated in a way that can help her daughter. But that's one aspect of motherhood that I've grown up watching throughout the years. Another one, not a sitcom, but a but a cartoon. Jane Jetson from the Jetsons Jetsons TV cartoon. She reminds me of that rich family, that rich motherhood. Oh, come on, Rosie, do your work, do your job. After something that blasted dog ran over and knocked over like some pottery or some glass work, and it shattered, and Rosie comes on and sweeps it up. Which it gives Jane Jetson some time to sit back, relax with a nice glass of wine. But yet she still has that loving outlook. When Judy was talking about, isn't this boy dreamy? Ricky Rocket or some flavor, some bad flavor of the particular of that particular show. Jane would almost go, okay, Judy, you need to think about more about your education. You need to be thinking a bit more about how something like this would affect you in some way. But then you can see like more of the jokey side when Elroy, the son, would almost go, alright, here's a weird and wonderful robot, I'm going to turn it on. She goes, oh, no, please don't. But then he does, something gets destroyed, the machine gets destroyed. Then, in that sense, she doesn't, raise her voice, but she goes, there's a bit of like an Elroy, I'm that depressed and that disappointed sound, and Elroy just comes up to her and says, oh, I'm sorry, Mom, I won't do it again. But a couple episodes down the track, same madness happens. Another mother that I've grown up with while watching TV. Beside the Brady Bunch's Carol Brady. Similar aspects of Jane Jetson, but it's more like, she has 3 daughters from her previous marriage. She's married a fella who has 3 sons, and it's just that bonding and connecting, with Mike. She's already has a strong connection with her own daughters. That is a given. But then, within marrying of Mike Brady, she had to take on 3 sons as well, and just the dynamics of that merged family, and she being the mother figure not only to her daughters but to his sons as well. For me, if you're looking at it at the more of a characteristics and the timeline of when the show was put to air, I would say that Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch, I would have to say, is politically one of the biggest game changers for mothers in television history. She has her previous marriage's family, connecting with another, like her new husband's family from a previous relationship. And those things weren't exactly talked about back in the 70s, or even earlier on, like the 60s and the 50s, when it comes to American television. More so in the 60s and 70s, when this came out, you just didn't have that. You just didn't have that sort of. All right, this is really big and taboo, and I say Carol Brady is a mother that broke a lot of records. Let's see here. There's let's see here. Well, if you want to look at back to animation, pushing the boundaries again, I would definitely look at Marge Simpson. She does portray like the hectic mother who has a deadbeat for a husband, very politically charged and motivated child. Another child that is the eldest, is supposed to be setting the example, but yet chooses to be a rebel of society and more of a destructive force of society, and a child that does virtually nothing at all. Just trying to do that whole sort of mother type figure where you get to see like the stresses of motherhood. You got 2 children fighting over different ethical values, and you got another child just doing, over here in Australia we say sweet bugger all. But yet she finds it somehow rather within 1 or 2 episodes gets the family back together again to sit around the table for a meal that she cooked. And it's just something in her voice, even though it's like that's like when she's when you know that she's really really upset, but instead of just blowing up like a thermonuclear bomb, she goes just that whole frowny face, lips are turned down, and that's it. The like the grunt. I can't say the grunt. Growl, roar, or something around those lines. Even sometimes she's crossing her arms too, whilst the offending party is in the midst of doing things that are quite either A, dangerous, B, unethical, or C, something that will bring great embarrassment to the family. Another mother I've seen on television, and unfortunately I've seen the same type in real life. The Peggy Bundy style of motherhood. Like she goes, alright. Like I've seen over here in Australia, we have a thing called bogans, and there's a thing called bogan wives. And Peggy Bundy is an American bogan. A bogan is an unkept social, just above their station, someone who is very much culturally act like an outcast, and someone who's very proud of their ignorance and their stupidity. Peggy Bundy, she's supposed to be setting an example to her daughter, but yet her daughter actually, I would say the daughter's more of like the alpha female in that environment because of how she would act and do things. Or even, Peggy Bundy can be classified as, someone who's threatened by her daughter's good looks. But that's just that's a mere theory and conspiracy of the Married with Children TV show. But just wearing like an animal skin print tops or something really tight and huggy to give and also just sitting around eating something like some chocolates or some candy as well. House looks okay, but how she keeps it like that, we don't know. And I visited one or two places that actually did look like that, and with that sort of mother. So if it works for some people, it works for some people. Yeah. Now, let's work on over here in Australia, we have we had over here in Australia back when it first aired in January of 1984, a TV show called Mother and Sons with Maggie Bear being the mother, starred by the late great Ruth Cracknell. She portrays that mother that has been through a lot, firstly she's a widow, a widow of World War II, someone who, like a lady who had to raise her two sons, Robert and Arthur, and just how she, and just by the time we catch up with the story, and she is a sufferer of a mental condition known as Alzheimer's, which leaves her son to be her carer. It's like the carer, like the carer and the younger son Arthur, and the mother and Alzheimer's patient Maggie, and the dynamics that both of them have is, I would say, unbelievably bizarre and quite weird at times. Let's see here. There's in Home and Away, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think here. There's been so many great characters in Home and Away. And see, I'm sorry, I'm just one from Home and Away is Leah Patterson Baker. Sorry. There's Celia Stewart, the mother. No, I'm the. Sorry. There's Alice Hodgins, or Alice Hogan, or Alice Stewart. There's there's so many. In Australian TV, there's so many mums, and can't think of anything big at the moment. There's been several mums in Neighbours and in other TV shows. Bill Taylor from Home and Away is one of them, and Pippa Saunders. Both of them are great characters. One more traditional being Pippa Saunders, the other one trying to be the cool cougar mom in Belle Taylor. Each mother that I've seen on TV, or each fictional mother I mean, has portrayed one facet of not only what mothers can be, but what women can strive to be as well. Like, you got your Peggy Bundys, to rehash a mother that I've mentioned in the list. You know, that laid back, poke fun at her husband for working in some dead end job, but then you look at look forward another few years to another Ed O'Neill TV show. And that is Modern Family. You've got Claire Dunphy, who is the mother of 3 children, Haley, Alex, and Luke. Then you got Gloria Prickett. Let me see. And if you want to look at, I know gay couples are gay couples, and it's technically impossible to have like a mother, but yet you can have a mother figure in some male characters, and I would say Cameron Tucker from as well. You know, you got that sort of feminine parental figure, which can be interpreted as being a mother, and he is looking after Lily Tucker Prickett, and you got Gloria being the mother of Manny. But then man, there's so many. But then you can not look at the more of the main character, but then you got the. And you got something like the TV sitcom The Big Bang Theory, where you have got just look at you got Beverly Hofstad, which is Leonard Hofstad's mother, who is a professor of a particular science. Then you got Mary Cooper, who is Sheldon Cooper's mother, she's more Christian based, and Sheldon is more if you're not a scientist and you can't see it through the magnifying glass, you just can't see it at all. Then you got the Mrs. Wolowitz, which is Howard's mother. You know, she'll just yell. That's like the whole allegedly typical Jewish mother. Then you got Rajesh Kurjapalli, mother who you only see via a laptop, via one of these things, a laptop computer. And you just got this so many. You got like these are the three. Those are three mothers to three of the main characters, and though they're a bit like side characters, but yet you got the absolute. They actually go, all right, boom. Yeah, they go. And then he goes, yeah, Mom. But he said, he did I don't care if my older brother did a similar thing on being, like, plants grow better in this condition rather than this condition. But yeah, it was my paper! Raj's mother says, you got to marry an Indian girl now. You got to marry a very good Indian girl who has a nice paying job. And don't forget a prenup. We don't want you to be going away without we don't. If you're going to get a divorce, you better keep the money that you brought in. You don't want to be be giving this half bullshit or something along those lines. I'm part Indian. I can get away with doing the accent. Then you got like Howard's mother, like, oy vey, I'm in so much pain. How dare you do this to me? How dare you do that to me? And it's just so much guilt trip type mother as well. There's so much things that not only mainstay mothers of fiction can do to do in a relationship status, but man, let me just think. Quickly off the top of my head, I can think of Betty Rubble and Wilma Flintstone, best friends who are one of them adopted, one of them has given birth, which in the TV of its time was controversial and taboo. Great pushes there, and Marge Simpson, I'll say that those three are the best cartoon mothers that you can look at, who are very much pushes of taboo. One's more laid back, one's more like submissive, the other two are a bit more manipulative. And one gave birth to a child instead of in between seasons. They introduce a daughter or son. Adoption as well with the Rubbles, and bam bam. Then you just got so many. Man, you've got so many wonderful characteristics that you can think of when you look at all these different mothers. And man, I can't fathom something so bizarre and not bizarre. I can fathom just with that one word, mother, and you add it to a media outlet like television, and you got these, and you can think of various different things like mother. Okay, write down mother. Okay, what characteristics do you want to have? Oh, she is good. She is a great temper bowler. Always beats her husband. but yet she does something like this worse. But yet her cooking is so is, but yet her cooking cannot compete with her husband's. But then you got like go down here a bit more. Mother to 2 boys and 1 daughter. The 2 boys are more butcher, and the girl wants to be twice as butcher as the boys, but yet she's trying to make the daughter a bit more feminine. Then you got down a bit more. Okay, this mother figure. Put that there. Mother again. In the same TV show, let me see. Husband, high-paying lawyer, but since she's a lawyer too, she can outthink the husband at times, be a bit more manipulative. But yet she submits in some other area, like when it comes to planning anything on the computer, she is incompetent at it, but yet the father can do that particular role. Then she has two children. The nuclear offspring of one son and 1 daughter. The son is a bit more effeminate. The daughter is a bit more masculine in attitude, but both are homosexuals. But yet they try to say, but the son goes, all right, I love the daughter from the first mother, but yet the daughter from the first mother is actually loves someone else at the school that has a mother, like an unknown mother, but yet he loves the middle child, but yet the sister loves the same girl herself, and says that she loves the older brother as a bit more of a counteractor type thing. And the mother, who's a trained lawyer, she tries to legally say you can't lie. It's like committing contempt of yourself and try and be something else. You can go, all right, get these 2 families, move them over here. Let's get these other families in. One is a blended family, like I've made mention with the Brady Bunch, and it was a bit more of a dysfunctional relationship, like the relationships that you would see in Roseanne. But then you got this minister's wife, like this minister and his wife, who acts like Mrs. Camden with a bit you're throwing a bit of let me see. Let me see. Add a bit of cougar into a mix, and it makes it a bit twisted. Then you go, all right, but then you can have like this other thing, like an ethnic family that is a bit more the mother there looks and demands that these other mothers do things the way that she does it, which makes it like a 5 mothers based TV show, a sitcom or something like that. But then you can take this TV show, put up over here somewhere, and get like this other TV show, bring it down here with it's a sporting based TV show. Have one mother against the other mother. The one mother has, like, one of the mothers has the mother A has a son who goes to Shark Fin High, and the other one goes to Jetwood High. Yeah, the sharks in the jets. I added a bit of West Side Story into it, but yeah. And both of them actually live on the borderline of the 2 high schools districts. One lives in the Jets territory, one lives in the Sharks territory, or suburb district, and they go, and both of them wave their son's flags in the same near each other, and it just gets a bit complicated at sometimes. Then you can go, right, put that down there, bring in this other TV show where it's just based around one mother, and that mother is very much like a Carol Brady mixed with a Mrs. Huxtable from the Cosby Show. But yet, since she can't give birth, she adopts, like Betty Rubble. And you got like these interracial family, and this one single mother. She goes, all right. Wow. I have a son who comes from Africa, a daughter that comes from Asia, another son who comes from like the Middle East, and a daughter who comes from Europe, and two others that come from Central and South America. The twin brother and sister. And she's trying to work out that sort of dynamic. And all three, just imagine the one with the 5 mums, and you got the battling mums, and you got the mum who has the adopted children, whose husband does a lot of UN work. All those types of shows going on at the same time, in the same day, on 3 different networks. Or even if it's just like those three, one after the other, like the mother block. Or the motherboard. Don't shoot the Joker here. And just the adaptation of how mothers work. It is great to see that in television. I honestly, I don't see me doing a video game one. But it's very hard to find mothers in those sort of situations. But just on this whole topic of TV, like this fictional TV mothers deal, you can see various aspects, various outlooks on life, various aspects and outlooks on not only marriage but motherhood, and how wonderful the dynamics of motherhood can be. You get your Claire Huxtables from the Cosby Show. She's a professional, but she's a loving, kind mother who would help her husband out by providing a meal on the table for her husband, who happens to be another professional. But she would come home early, cook the dinner, clean up a little bit of stuff around the house, and the husband comes in and goes, "You made a beautiful meal, Mr. Doctor." Yeah, I sucked at doing the whole Cosby thing, Cosby voice, but you got that, that dynamic. The Roseanne and the Peggy Bundy, you got that. Well, if my husband want to do something, or if my children want to do something with me, they gotta get their lazy backsides and do something. They stay at home mums, but they bicker and they banter about and then talk dirty about their husbands and their children. But then you got another aspect, like the Carol Bradys, who she stays at home, but yet she has a nanny, and toss in Jane Jetson too, home and nanny. You try and coexist and try to raise children. One being more the family that they came in with the partner that they have, or one with a blended one. Then lastly, look at the Marge Simpson style, and you got a heavily dysfunctional family, and then you got like the Reverend Mrs. Camden from Seventh Heaven. As I said, there's so many great mothers on television. Some are bad role models, some are good role models. But yeah, mothers are a staple in television nowadays. This was heavier in the time when positive role models were a thing to look up to and to aspire to. To now, with Gloria, a young, sexy Gloria marrying like the Ed O'Neill character from Modern Family, and in this, she's bringing in this the exception of a loving new second husband who takes care of my boy. And as I made mention of the male mother role of Cameron from the same TV show, the aforementioned TV show. Well, this has been over 40 minutes, but yet talking about a wonderful topic like mothers deserves the in-depth and more elaborate discussion than I would do with any other video. I've been Rhino Barrows, and to all mothers out there, be ye nerd mothers, be ye geek mothers, be ye gamer mothers, be ye really mothers who enjoy the television, movies, or comics. Let me just say this. I, Rhino Barrows, would love to say to you all, Happy Mother's Day, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you're watching this besides Mother's Day, consider this a video that celebrates the wonderful various aspects of what mothers can be. I've been Rhino Barrows, and as always, peace.